Hey guys, it's me, my face, and some hot weather hair. Today's little semi-happy dance is brought to us by coffee because it has less calories than anything else I was going to drink. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and this is a channel about cross-stitch and mental health, and at this point not much else because that's about all I can handle. If you're a returning visitor, you know all this. Welcome back. I apologize for my face. It is roughly 273 degrees in the second floor of my house. My makeup has melted. What you see left of my eyeliner is just kind of what wasn't smudged all over it wasn't happening. I'm just not cute today. You're ridiculous. I'm cute every day. Look at this hair. Oh my God, it's so frizzy. So I think I also have to apologize. I have the air conditioner on. It is the only way I can sit up here. Hopefully the booming sound of my voice will overshadow the whining of the air conditioning. What have I been up to for the past 2 weeks? Why am I tilted? Hold on. I'm sitting at a slightly different angle than usual, and this is strange, but we'll roll with it. I have actually made a fair amount of progress in the past couple of weeks, so let's jump right into the stitching. Let's just get this manga guy out of the way quickly. This is Death by Cross Stitch, and I haven't worked on it in 4 months. I didn't get very far, but I did get, let's see here, I finished this little, where am I? No, over here. And there we go. I finished this little row of hearts. I just have to fill in there with the purple variegated threads. And then I came all the way across and started working over here. You know, it was only like half an evening's worth of work, but I at least put some work in on it. And I'm getting to the point where I can scroll up a bit and give myself some room, finish off this last row of the alphabet here, because we've only been waiting on that forever. I love this pattern. I really do. Like, I look at it and I'm not tired of it. I want to work on it. It's so big. It's so big. And I have to work on it up here, so sometimes it just gets a little difficult, but I put some time in on it this week. The next thing I worked on, also by Long Dog Samplers, is Templar Prophecy. And I made slightly more progress on that. I finished up his shield here, and then I filled in some more of this just solid blackness over there. Not as enthusiastic about this as I am Death by Cross Stitch, but it continues to be one of those things that if I can make myself pick it up and go sit down and start stitching on it, in 10 minutes I'm in. Like, in 10 minutes, if you said, hey, why don't you swap projects? I wouldn't, because I'm into it. It's just, at this point, I just feel like I'm moving so slowly on it that it's tough to get enthusiastic about a lot of the pieces. I think once I get out of this big middle dark area of so much solid stitching, it might perk me up a bit while I'm working on it. The next thing I worked on, most unexpectedly, was Moon Hare. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's a little tough to see what I did do. I filled in a little more up here, and then I filled in all these light stitches over here, and just basically filled in a lot of those larger areas that I kind of exposed going color by color. I'm still I don't think there's a name for what it is I do on this pattern. It's not, what is it, extreme cross country. It's not, certainly not parking, certainly not doing, you know, a square at a time. It's more a matter of I'm trying to fill areas. So, you know, the next thread I pick up could be one that I need to take all over creation and do 200 stitches in. Or if the only thing left in that little area is a single stitch, is a confetti stitch, I'll do that. You know, just to kind of try to fill in all the bits and pieces. Because I could see myself trying to do the larger areas, or not even the larger areas, but the, you know, the colors that are more prevalent throughout this, and going back and then trying to pick through the confetti and figure out where they, no, I don't even think Pattern Keeper could keep me on the straight and narrow with that. And I do love me Pattern Keeper. This would not be happening without Pattern Keeper. That's just a truthful statement. It would be a no. Because it's a HAED and we like to look at the things on the back of the HAEDs. This is what I got going on, which does not look too bad for a HAED. It's, you know, I'm a little fast and loose with how far I travel, but, you know, it's a HAED. It's all going to get covered up in the end. If only life were like that. The last regular project I worked on is the Red House Sampler. This is from Teresa Miller. And I made good progress on that house. Look at that. Look at the cherry cobbler. Why do we need any other red in the universe? Cherry cobbler, people. It looks so good. I am so pleased with the way this is coming out. I continue to be in love with the 40 count mallow. Did I mention that my Stitchy godmother gave it to me? She gave me the pillow. We've covered all the things. I straightened the pillow from last time. I straightened it. I used 2 hands and I straightened it. I have a strong urge to redesign everything going on back here. I love my tapestry. I just don't love the way I've hung it. That's a tangent. We don't need to get into that. But anyway, this is coming along swimmingly. I'm hoping this week to finish the actual house and then move on to the side motifs. I'm having trouble picturing it in my head, but I think there's just a single line down here, and that's it. It's not a long sampler, it's wide, and that's the full width. So I want to say maybe within the next month or so, if I can put some time into it. I mean, that just makes sense. If you put time into any project, you're going to finish it, but you know what I mean. So like I said, that is all the regular stitching that I did in the past couple of weeks. I have been working on my own designs and stitching the models for those, which I tell you, I have a lot of patterns, like 14, you know, in various states of design. But really what kind of holds me up is the model stitching. And I know a lot of people send out their you know, models to be stitched. But I find that when I'm stitching it is when I have to make those color corrections, because my color sense is not great until I start seeing it actually on the pattern. So it's not something I can just send out for somebody else to do, unless it's kind of a, I guess it depends on the pattern. Either way, I've been working on stitching things. So I actually have 2 sneak peeks for you today. The first is just in image form, because he only just finished that last night, so I will put that up. And I'm trying to decide how to package that particular pattern. What I have is kind of a standard, you know, saying, and then the last word I can change out to multiple things. And I'm not quite sure if I want to, say, put 5 of them all together and maybe bump up the pricing a couple of dollars and say, you know, you buy one and you get all 5 variations? Or do I want to sell them separately? I don't know that there would be that many people who want to stitch more than one variation, but we'll figure it out. The second one I can give you a little sneak peek on is my patriotic, I say with quotes, piece, which is not going to be ready for July. I mean, clearly it's not. It's so much bigger than I thought it was, and I built it. So yeah, but this is what I have done on that, which does not give away a thing, but does show you, look, it's like a flag. So I really like the way it's coming out. I like the way the stars look. There's a lot of quotes in today's show. I like the blue that I picked for a change. So we will see how quickly I can get that banged out. I do kind of like the idea, though, that it's the type of pattern that I think people would stitch not just for July. It's not just something that I think I would personally just put out during that season. So let's hope it takes shape quick. So that is all I have with the stitching. I have a tiny little bit of haul. You guys, anybody want to talk about Seedy Pumpkin Cottage? Hold on, I need a drink of coffee here. Oh, that's bracing. I know. If it wasn't for the fact that I am so excited to start this project, even I would be tired of talking about it. But I'm not, because I want to do this damn project. As you may remember, a million years ago, when I said, okay, I am ready to start Seedy Pumpkin Cottage. I have to assemble the threads. I've decided on my fabric, this and that and the other thing. I got 40 count Nocturne. And I love that fabric. And, you know, last week's video, I said my goal this week is to get this started. I want to get these words up in the top left corner done. That'll be a good solid start. I sat down with the fabric, had a panic attack, had to take it off of the scroll frame and remeasure it because I had a panic attack that I had it the wrong direction. I did not, but that's fine. Got it all wound up again, sat down, threaded the needle, had the needle, I had counted down, around, over where I want to start, had the needle in my hand. And in the back of my head, I thought, if the model wasn't stitched on 40 count, the beads and the buttons aren't going to fit. The beads and the buttons aren't going to fit on 40 count. They'd be too squishy and they wouldn't look right. And I'm sure there's probably some way of, you know, futzing with it and whatnot to try to... No, I would have to buy even smaller beads. I would have to figure out what's around all these buttons. Some of the buttons I think fit in like little window openings, and if those window openings are... I ordered another thing of fabric. I ordered the 32 count that the model was stitched on. Let me think. And I know her name, but every time I go to read a name, I'm sure that I'm wrong. It's Julie McConnell over at Reflections. Now that I have found her for fabric, first of all, I'm pretty sure that I hit send on that order and it arrived at my house. It was stupid fast. I was shocked. Perfectly packaged. Unfortunately, like an animal, I've already broken into it and all that, but there was string and cards and all manner of things. And here is my 32 count Nocturne. We'll go this way. Look how tasty that is. So now I have to put this on the scroll frames, get this all set up, again, figure out where my 2 inches in, 2 inches down, that whole thing. And this week, get ready to start Seedy Pumpkin Cottage. We're doing this, people. I am not worried about the big honkin' piece of 40 count because I will still use that for something like maybe a long dog. I'm intrigued by the idea of doing maybe the pandemic sampler on that. 1/2 on the 40 count, maybe doing it in a crew and just letting the fabric be fabulous. I'm thinking, cause you know how I am with the other 2 long dogs. Right. The other cool thing that I found out ordering this through Reflections is I could order whatever cut I want. Like, I didn't have to buy the next size up for what I needed. I didn't have to buy something that was 6 inches longer than I needed, and that she just cut it to the, and it surged, and it smells fabric-y. I do like that. So, do recommend. So that is everything Stitchy related. Other than that, it's just, you know, my life, which continues to be challenging. Speaking of challenging, there's a cat down there. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna touch my projects. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, that's right, you walk on. It's challenging. There are decisions I need to make, and there are things that I need to take care of, and right now I can't do it. I'm being prevented from doing some things that I think I really need to do. So it's challenging. Let's drink some coffee. So probably the biggest thing that's going on right now is I am back to sleeping an awful lot. Like today I slept until 1 in the afternoon, basically because I just really had no incentive to get up. Actually, this was my incentive to get up and do something. Was, you know, I really wanted to make a video, and I wanted to show off especially that red house. Red house so much, and I wanted to show off my new patterns, you know, and show sneak peeks and talk about stuff that does make me feel good, and the Etsy shop definitely makes me feel good. And I need to thank everybody who watched my video a couple weeks ago and took to heart what I said about going over and just liking the shop and liking patterns, because it makes Etsy, you know, see that my shop is becoming popular, and that my you know, my patterns have a certain worth, and I have noticed that they're coming up slightly higher in searches and things like that. So thank you. And you know, if you are looking for a way to support my channel and my shop, but aren't in a position to shop right now, or there's just nothing that really, you know, floats your boat at the moment, a favorite to the shop or to the products is really a big boost. So, you know, please, for any Etsy shop that you feel that way about, don't forget to, it's almost like over here on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like the shop, so that you know when there are new things going on. And hopefully you can find something you like. I think I'm going to keep this video short this week. It is hot up here. The air conditioning is not doing much. I need to turn it up. So I'm going to get this edited and posted. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. And thank you for your comments. I love them. I read them all, and I really do appreciate them. Thank you. Thank you for being my community. Bye, guys.